it's not me having a sit down Zoom call with you talking about life and talking about how things are going on, but it makes it super efficient for people at the same time, because all of a sudden you're networking with almost everyone who views that post, because you're giving a little bit of credibility out there, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of awareness, and a little bit of authority about what you're doing. I just find it incredibly interesting to delve into the behavioral science and the psychology. So I love it. So thank you for having me on to get into it a bit deeper.
Yeah, and, as you're talking, I'm thinking, you're so right. I'll watch YouTube videos, different personalities on YouTube videos, and some of these people are relatively well known, and I feel like they're buds, right? Like we have this connection, um,
Yeah.
and they don't know who I am. If I ran into them, if I sat next to somebody on a plane, I'd be like, "Oh my God, it's you!" And they were like, "What the hell? Can I move?" Um, but it does. It's just we build these relationships with people. The other thing I was thinking is we as humans really think that we operate on free will. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do whatever. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a free spirit. I just do whatever. In reality, we all have software, and some people's software keeps them operating on a very narrow path, right? The accountant's always going to wear the white shirt and the red tie or whatever it is. And then some people are a little more flamboyant, a little broader with what they do, but we still have these operating systems. Um, and that's really what you delve into, what you use.
That's exactly it. And when I say I use it, right, I use it indirectly, right? Because it's not like I sit and think about it as I'm working on people's videos, right?
Right.
It's something that I'm conscious of and aware of, and probably more so. Like most business owners have no idea how they can use behavioral science to support what they're doing.
Right.
They don't understand how psychology can help them by understanding they get the idea and they like the idea, but they don't really know where to start with it. Or the interesting thing is that most people are already using elements of this anyway, right? It's part of our conscious. I mean, we're social beings. We're drawn towards stories. We're drawn towards being part of a tribe, even if it's remotely, even if the tribe's small. We're
Yeah.
driven towards all of these things naturally. We can't help it. As a great example, I was talking with one of my graphics designer I'm working with at the moment. Lovely guy. I've got a new client coming along. She wants to launch a podcast. So we're getting some brand design work done. And there's been a lot of backwards and forwards on the emails about this graphic design. And they'd already had a meeting in the first place, a virtual meeting like this. 5 or 6 emails backwards and forwards, 2 or 3 days, various versions of graphics going backwards and forwards. And eventually the designer just goes, "Do you know what? I think we should have another meeting and we should talk about this on a video call instead of backwards and forwards on the emails."
Yeah.
And within 15 minutes, they'd ironed out all the communication problems. They were on the same page, one more version, half an hour later, signed off, done. Brilliant.
Yeah.